So I actually just checked out a little bit of the historical background. What is she doing here? Also, why is it dark? Man, this took me a while.
Natsai Onai. I should have known.
Hello.
And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe.
I wouldn't say the same thing about everybody down there, but... Missing, eh?
Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Ah, that's
Is
where she
Mr.
came
Rabe all
from.
right?
He is. I
Lovely.
sent him home to his wife.
Even
Miss
more lovely.
Onai, your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Don't tell her.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashwinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood and Harlow have also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
What about when the authorities fail? We are the vigilantes, we're the vigilantes of the wizarding world. Yeah, the authorities haven't been much help.
With all due respect, Officer, the authorities haven't done much about any of this.
There's more to taking down an organization like the Ashwinders than simply storming in and hauling them off based on a few accusations.
I don't know, it seems really
I
well for
must
me.
insist that you leave them to us. We shall have no further discussion on this.
How much do they pay you? What do they have on you?
Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will
Problematic.
not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
Lovely. I'm making a habit out of this. Saving people, I mean. Yay, another talent point. I seriously do wonder, would I be able to just get all of the talents? Whether there's 10 that, hold on, let's count it. 10, 20, 36, 40, 48. Which ones are interested in? Next. The core abilities. Should I find out with Accio or the plants maybe? Not certain. The damage and duration of the incapacitating effect. Mandrake, Chomper, Noxious. I'm not usually using the plants, using the spells. Not fine. Human demiguise. Fair enough. Okay, next quest. Oh, a surprise meeting with Poppy. I forgot about that one. Sky's the limit. Again, Imelda? Ah, but I was waiting until I am able to go to that area by means of plot. Just get an owl.
The Ashwinders have ceased pestering me. I suspect that's your doing. Thank you from me and Rosie both. We're just leaving for our honeymoon, after we tell Mr. Hill of our recent marriage. Wish me luck.
Oh, well, just drop it on him, I guess. Fair enough. How fast do they work? It's been like 5 minutes. What are you doing here?
Here you are, a true patron of the arts. I think the drum improves the timbre. Wouldn't you agree?
Wait, didn't you have a drum before? Regardless, have some more.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
Enjoy. And also, could you start standing on or behind the chest? This glitch never gets fixed. Should it just maybe be open? Not quite certain. Ah, Poppy in the Forbidden Forest. Is there anything, any route that I can deal with? Not particularly. Some animals, puff skins, etc. Surprise meeting. There's a hippogriff then over there. I wasn't. So unless I talked to Poppy, she was worried about the Snidgets. She said to meet her in the Forbidden Forest to figure out our rescue plan. So wait, are they in the Forbidden Forest, the Snidgets? Fair enough. Let's take a stroll to the Forbidden Forest. Where my fellow... Well, technically, is she a fellow magizoologist? Or just the magical creature, magical animal enthusiast? Regardless how we classify ourselves, we both like magical creatures. Some more than others, but I'm still a firm believer that there is a place for every magical creature somewhere in the world. I think those two are running before the curfew hits. I don't mind that much because me and the caretaker go way back. I help him deal with some moons and demiguises. It's not a bit weird to see so many students walking about after dark. I think the rules governing Hogwarts students...
Who lived here, I wonder?
I should actually classify that. I guess just for the rules directed at the Hogwarts students have been drastically shifted in the 1990s. 100 years from now. Because at the time when Harry Potter was active in Hogwarts, do you think, like, I guess both Grindelwald and Voldemort, Tom Riddle, may have been responsible for more Spartan rules being implemented for Hogwarts students. That and was still before both World Wars. Squirrel, should you be sleeping? It's winter. Should be hibernating, absolutely, they should be hibernating. How do they do that? Is that like an unnatural ability of the dark arts that you can turn yourself into a black smoke and travel about? You have intent to travel fast, because this is an apparition. I don't actually remember was it ever being addressed as this sort of thing in the books. I know it looked that way in the films, but oh yes, we are supposed to talk to centaurs. That's the whole plan, I just remembered. And here they are. Senators, defenders of nature. I just walked through the half of the forbidden forest and nothing attacked me. I seriously wonder why this place is so forbidden.
You are the talk of the school since you saved Mr. Rabe and I from the Ashwinders.
I
We
am?
have come so far. We should discuss the next steps in our plan to stop Harlow.
What about your mum? Have you spoke to her? I think you're omitting something to your in your letter. Poppy, you are here.
I can do this. They will want to help.
Well, Poppy's pepping herself up. Good evening.
Is this where we're meeting the centaurs?
Well, they don't exactly know we're coming, so it's less of a meeting and more of a surprise, I suppose.
Let's hope they're fond of surprises.
Once we tell them about the Snidgets, they'll understand why we came and they'll want to help.
I
hope.
hope you're right.
Yes, so do
Perhaps
I.
they'll be able to tell that we're sincere. There's something about them that's so knowing. It's almost unnerving.
Yes, they seem spirit. Not friends, eh? Doesn't know any more than the rest of us. I'm kind of in awe of the center, so yeah. Let's take the whole magizoologist in awe of all magical creatures.
I suppose they are known for having an air of omniscience.
That's exactly the right word. I just... Never mind.
Hey, it
What is
skipped
it?
your mind,
It's
it
nothing,
happens.
Truly. We've no secrets to hide.
You
That's
don't?
right. We'll simply be honest with them about what we're trying to do. They'll have to help us, won't they?
Poppy,
Yes,
are you hiding
of
something?
course. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, I
Tell
have a
them about
problem.
the Snidgets, and I'm sure to all be fun.
Hold on. Stampede! Very intimidating. Put the wand away.
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Please! We were hoping to speak with you.
Ah, I suppose you'd like a tale for your friends of the time you spoke to a centaur, and it spoke back.
No!
What do you mean,
never.
it?
We're here because we need your help.
Enough! You made a grave error in judgment in coming here, little witch.
Hold on right there. Protego?
Leave them be, Alec. We do not harm the young. It is not our way.
Oh, an elder appeared.
You forget your place, old fool. I'm the leader of this herd, and while you cling to our way, their kind continue to slaughter beasts like us without a care.
I never heard anybody.
From what I can see, they have slaughtered no one. They will leave here unharmed.
I like the fact that the elder one is the one clean shaven.
If I ever see them again, it will be all 3 of your heads.
Not done well. Hello, this Eras Firenze.
Foolish children. Do you know what happens to wizards who wander here? Now, follow me
Golden
before I...
Snidgets are still alive, and the poachers are after them. They know that the key to finding them lies in the moonlight, but they don't know what that means, yet. Please, help us find the Snidgets before the poachers do.
Could it be?
Well,
In the south, there is a cave within which lies what the poachers seek. A moonstone. Retrieve it and place it in the henge in the forest. I, on the other hand, must go speak with the herd. Find me after you have done this.
that's interesting.
I don't understand. So the moonlight mentioned in the journal doesn't refer to actual moonlight? but to a moonstone.
Moonstone, moonlight.
Snitches.
We'll figure it
Why
out.
was he so certain about where we could find one?
They said centaurs, omniscience, etc. But I'll be right about it because reasons. And I'm back to the dialogue. So, a centaur informed us about the moonstone in a cave that may help us with this. It's annoyingly cryptic. Yeah, that's my question. Isn't moonstone common?
Isn't moonstone all around us? Why retrieve one from a cave?
Knowing centaurs, I suspect he's referring to a specific moonstone. We'll likely know it when we see it.
Cool. What's on my neck in this one? Well, this one seemed wise and Sarah, so yeah.
I don't know, but I am inclined to believe him. What with his being a centaur and all.
Yeah, that's all.
It is a shame how
Always
quickly
trust a
he
centaur
left.
unless he wants to kill
What
you.
was his name? Doran.
That's what the leader of the herd called him.
Well, if Doran knows something we don't, I'd rather act now and ask questions later. I can
Sounds
head to
about
the
right.
library and start looking into the cave you mentioned. I'll
And
let you know what I find.
Fair enough. I, on the other hand, I don't know what I will do. Probably speak to Natty. Wait, in the Great Hall? Fair enough. There we go. It's snowing in the Great Hall. Truth be told, I haven't been here ever since the whole festival of Christmas started. Look at this giant tree. I don't remember it from the film. There's a whole feast. Still present, always present. Okay, let's wait for Natty.
I have been meaning to speak with you.
Yes, so you send me an owl. I've been waiting here for you. What did you kill?
I still can't believe we escaped the Ashwinders.
You may not realize it, but you are the talk of the school since you saved me that day.
I wonder how
I'm the talk of the school since I came
told
here.
my mother in the hope that she would be more forgiving of what I have been up to if it came from me. She
And
likely told other professors, and news travels quickly.
what did Dumbledore say?
Unfortunately, she might, in fact, have been even less forgiving than I'd hoped.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, but again, what did Dumbledore say in the first book? What happened between you and Professor Quirrell in the dungeons is, of course, a tightly kept secret, which means the whole school knows about it at this point. So, Hogwarts, where gossip travels faster than magic. I mean, her concern is warranted.
I don't blame her for being concerned. We have been involved in some dangerous activities.
As the Ashwinders were locking me up and threatening my life, it did occur to me that my mother may have been right.
That's what it took.
Has Officer Singer done anything with the evidence we provided?
She has not. Harlow is as strong as ever. Someone needs to stop him, whether it is us or Officer Singer. If someone had
You
stopped
wanna
the
risk your
monsters
life
like him
again?
in Matabeleland, my father would be alive today.
What exactly happened to your father?
It was a beautiful day. My mother had gone to tend to
It
a
ended
neighborhood
badly,
fair,
though.
and so my father and I were galloping in the savannah.
Galloping?
Ah, Animagus.
Your father was also an animagus, I take it.
He could become the most majestic giraffe. And
Lovely.
he would carry me on his back, my arms around his neck.
Lovely.
We were on our way home when we surprised a group of bandits who had come from our village. One of them saw me just as he removed a scarf from his face. He shouted and then aimed his rifle.
He didn't want you to identify him.
Exactly. In an instant, my father bowed his neck to protect me and was hit. As he fell, my father changed back into his human form. When the bandits saw this, they turned and ran in fear. Magic terrified them.
I mean, we're
And
talking
then he
about
was gone.
1800s.
And it was all my fault.
Your fault? How so?
He died protecting me. If I had been capable of protecting myself, he would still be alive today.
Okay,
My mother and I tried to go
no.
on without him, but it became too much for us there. A few years later, we left to come to Scotland.
That is actually an interesting thing. Like, we've never actually seen wizards fighting muggles in this sort of thing. Like, what would be like the defense against a firearm? Can Protego protect you from a bullet? Can it protect you from assault rifle? Like, I mean, what is stronger, a wizard with a wand or someone with an assault rifle? You can do so many things with a wand, but like the assault rifle just gives you like an amazing rate of fire. So I wonder. So there's a thing that assault rifle works faster than a wand, because like you need to point and say a spell name, unless you're a very skilled wizard and you can actually cast without non-verbally. But at the same time, the guy just can get a rifle to the shoulder and whole series against you. So I'm not even certain at this point. Food for thought, I guess.
Do you think taking down the Ashwinders will avenge your father's death?
No. Vengeance is not what drives me. My father would not want that.
Oh, screw that.
He
Vengeance is a
and
good
my mother
motivator.
raised me to believe that it is a
It is
privilege
pure,
to
at
be able
least.
to fight for those who cannot. I know there is risk involved, but I feel it is worth it. I am glad you seem to think so too.
And there are also like many forms of vengeance you can take.
What does your mother think about all of this?
Well, as you saw, she worries a great deal. She is an excellent seer, but I think it bothers her to this day that she did not see my father's death coming. She misses him, as do I. So I believe on some level she understands my need to seek justice in a small way. But that does not mean that she likes it.
I mean, there's a small difference between justice and vengeance, but also, yeah, it kind of makes me realize about like the whole aspect of having a seer in your story. Like, that was such a tricky thing to write or just implement. Because introducing this sort of thing means like technically have a 100% win scenario. Unless you just define like the series, like the visions she has are not absolutely clear. That's why it happened. That's why the visions of the oracles in Greek myths were usually ambiguous in that point. Like, for instance, if I remember, I may misremember that, but I think it was a king of Crete at a certain point visit the Oracle of Delphi because he was going to war and he wanted to ask for the outcome. And the Oracle told him, "I foresee a victory of a great army." And the king assumed, well, great army has to be my army. And he lost. Just kind of thing is ambiguous, but you have such a thing, or you may introduce like technically what it's kind of, so you can see splinters because you can't see, you can see a variety of paths that form against you, because like, which means like your predictions are not 100% accurate, because every time we make decisions, like at a certain point when I'm speaking, like there's a couple of things that may happen. I may stutter, I may lose my breath in certain areas. Like, there's so many things that can happen. This is the one area, this is the one timeline at this point that I am basically speaking without any hindrance and forming cohesive thoughts without stuttering in this particular moment, as you can see. It's not when I'm just going, what was I going to say, or the version of me that forgot what he was about to say, and yeah, that's the thing. And This is the version that I actually forgot what I was going to say. Not forgot, but lost the train of thought. Regardless, so let's go back to Hogwarts, because I don't want to get into this, because that's going to be a minefield, all the thing. And no one's even listening to this. So, what would your father think of what we're doing?
Do you think your father would approve of the things we've been doing?
Oh my, that is a good question. In theory, yes. Although he would worry, as my mother does. But I think he, of all people, would understand my persistence. My father never shied away from a fight for good, no matter how ruthless the foe. And I think he would have enjoyed knowing that I had a compatriot like you.
Well, got to be on the same side, Natty. Also, my condolences.
I'm sorry, Natty. I can't imagine what you've been through. Your father sounds exceptional.
I mean, this dialogue actually sounds a little bit,
Truly extraordinary.
I won't say callous,
And
but
thank you for your
out
kind
of
words.
place after
We
the
all have
questions
our
I just
burdens.
asked.
My father had a saying about that.
Oh?
Yes, I remember.
Rain does
Rain
not
does not
fall
fall
on
on
one
one
roof
roof alone.
alone.
Exactly. Soon you and I will put an end to the Ashwinders, beginning with Harlow. And once he is gone, we will turn our attention to Rookwood.
And then
We are making
Ranrock, and then the
progress,
whole world.
and we will succeed.
We are progress.
Thank you again for saving me. You deserve all of the praise you have received.
I don't even know what is happening here. Icicles.
Revelio.
So I have no idea, where is that chest? Clearly. Revelio? Not above me, not below me. This is a weird one, because I can see it on the map. It's supposed to be somewhere around here, but... Should I extinguish the fire? Let's try. Why is those happening? I'm pressing the button too fast. What was the spell that I was using? Well, that didn't work. Okay, this is interesting. Can I do something with this? Visit. Not quite. Regardless. Maybe it's a glitch or something. I'll figure it out sooner or later. Hold on. I'm gonna select one collection chest. That technically I think I can see, but where could it be? On the other side? It would be actually really helpful if I could see.
Revelio.
There's nothing that indicates where's the position of that. Am I missing a spell? Really? Never mind. Quests. The headmistress speaks. Yes, now I can speak with her. Which means I am going to the map room. Wait, the map chamber. Time flies. Slowly. So I can withdraw myself from the quest regarding the store. Maybe after the finish the whole story, but I mean, all things considered, into how many weird scenarios can one student get himself involved? I mean, I can get regardless, like all the poachers and goblins and stuff, it's all related to the main quest, but like running a store, dealing with magical beasts, etc., like that's kind of sort of like on a side burner.
Welcome back.
Professor Fitzgerald? The headmistress.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these
Indeed.
repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
Ah,
It's Hogwarts.
of course it is.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office.
Ah,
In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
did you
Wait.
know?
Is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is.
Oh,
I
bugger.
had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us.
Oh,
Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
could you lure him away?
Very well. I'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
So I need to sneak into Professor Black's chambers. What fun! No, doesn't even show me. Ah, there we go. Speak with Professor Fig in his office. So am I gonna need Professor Fig as a distraction? I mean, as ideas go, it's a pretty good one. Do I do know the Black's house elf, I think, at this point? No, I don't actually, I'm sorry. The Slytherin knows the Black's house elf. Hold on a second, because I think there are places here that I actually have access to now and I forgot about them. Okay. So this, what is there? Ah, those are the frogs. What are toads? Irrelevant. What is irrelevant is Alohomora. There we go. Well, this opens the gate. Now the spell. And this one takes me. Oh look, a troll. Hmm? Isn't there... This looks weird. Perhaps there should be a... Never mind. Ah, there we go. Unidentified bug item. Being regurgitated by toads. And we're back. Wasn't there like a... Not quite certain. I thought I saw a brazier. Alohomora. Come on. There we go. What is this place? Alchemy class. An arcane subject offered to all the students on the rare occasion when demand suffices. Alchemy focuses on the four natural elements and the science of transmutation. Checkerboard blue. Anything else in here? I wonder if there are tools working in this place. Remember, there is another locked door in here, right? Alohomora. Why am I not saying it? Opposites attract. To open the door. Another classroom. And this one is... Important Muggle artifact. This misunderstood artifact is supposedly important to Muggle warfare. The most of us kind find the prospect of wielding such a hefty weapon utterly head-scratching. So again, back to the point that I had before. Can a wizard deflect a cannonball? So I'm assuming this is a Muggle study classroom. I forgot it's also a subject. And we have a bicycle, have a sewing machine, have cricket bats. I think the wizards like cricket. A cannon. What else is here? These light bulbs. Yes, they are. I'm kind of surprised. So, wizards use instruments made by muggles. They don't have a different one, but do they use the same tools? I think they do, because we've seen both goblins and wizards use a similar amount, like the similar tools. Oh, look, a demiguise. But I didn't say anything about the demiguise. Because my character can mute for reasons. You mind now, demiguise? Wait, there is a... I was blind. Okay, that settles it. Some 2 new pages for the collection. And now... There was a ding. To the left. How do I... There's a chest in here. How does... No, wait. Huh. How do I... It's not side. What is there? Ah, I know what there is. What is there? I know what there is. Yeah, I guess that works. Just a little bit more from those arrows, because I think they're gonna have 2 animation sets. 1, he punches the other, and 2, he takes the Morgenstern and just absolutely decimates him. Peeves. There are so many Christmas trees in Hogwarts at this point. What are like the most prominent times in Hogwarts in the books? One is Halloween, we had that. The other one is the Christmas feast, we had that one, because that happens in every book. And outside from that, I mean, then you have the exams, I think. They're kind of prominent. At least after a certain time. Was there anything happening like in... But also like, and I don't actually remember like particular time periods. Because after that, like when it comes to holidays, I wouldn't say that there are that many that are prominent in Hogwarts. But like, what would there be? Valentine's Day? Maybe. I mean, if this was a Persona game, I could expect like going on a date with one of the girls or the boys or whatever you choose. I'm not judging. Oh, what damn it, guys. Here we are. The music a little bit sounds like Batman. It's been dun 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 dun.
Professor Fig, the Keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lord Gok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle. And I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
Clearly.
And sir, there's something else. Lord Gok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the port key. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone.
Wish I
I
could
want
meet
to hear
her.
more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Professor
Believe it
Black.
or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. Very well. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I don't know the headmaster's house elf. Will he even speak to me? I imagine he's loyal to the headmaster.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A Polyjuice Potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
There we go.
Doesn't Polyjuice Potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have Polyjuice Potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the ministry on his behalf.
Oh.
Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more.
Oh. This is dreadful. Ah, that explains the why am I dressed like that, because of the wand movement. Professor Fig changed my clothes.
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
It's gonna be an interesting experience.
What if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
I feel slimy. Nothing regardless. But I was expecting a Polyjuice Potion. No, we're hitting all the hits from the Harry Potter universe. Yeah, that was the... Technically we didn't see it, but it was present. The Halloween feast, the Christmas feast is happening at this point. What do they have? Griffins, goblins, house elves, Polyjuice Potion.
Do you have a moment, Professor?
What? Hello?
Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only... you'd asked me about a particular potion, and well,
I did? I did?
I did! Well,
spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
I was back. Oh, really?
Really? Why can't we talk about potions here? Seems fine to me.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes.
No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well,
Oh god, it's gonna be...
Insist.
And...
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Oh god.
Now, to determine which student gets this rather unenviable task.
This is so ridiculous. I'm ruining Professor Black's reputation.
When I witness what passes for magic in these halls, I simply mourn for the future of the wizarding world.
Oh, okay. It's just... Why am I speaking like this out of the blue? This is fun, I like it. Oh, I'm going the wrong direction. Oh my god, I'm a douche.
mouth open? Where are your manners?
I think my character's enjoying this far too much.
What could the headmaster want?
Oh, I can talk to Gareth.
Gareth! Mr. Weasley! What are you doing here? Don't you have, somewhere to be?
Oh, Professor. Yes, of course. All sorts of places I'd rather be right now. Do you need something from me?
I'm looking for my house elf. Surely you've seen him?
Ah, the little one-eared fellow.
Yes.
I saw him heading to the Great Hall moments ago, muttering on about your, sterling graces, sir.
I am watching you, Mr. Weasley.
This is so
Mr.
cool.
Redding, who owns Honeydukes, tells me some of his billywig stings recently went missing. Prime potion ingredient. And I know you fancy yourself a skilled potioneer.
What? But, sir, I haven't been anywhere near Honeydukes.
Bah! That's enough from you. Just know that I have eyes and ears everywhere.
Why am I...
On your way, Mr. Weasley.
Why am I being a dick in this form? I don't get it.
Well, there's one for my diary.
Holy Christ. What has happened? Why was I being rude to Gareth? I'm so confused about everything. I wonder how many more people I'm gonna meet. Professor Kagawa.
Greetings. I mean, out of my way, children.
With what? Who am I talking to? This is so weird.
Professor Black.
Ominous.
How are you, sir?
This is gonna be fun.
Mr. Gaunt, where do you think you're going?
I beg your pardon, sir. I'm simply on my way outside.
Taking the day off, eh? Typical student, wasting the hours away.
I have to write 20 inches on Dittany and its uses. Was heading to the greenhouse.
Ah, yes. Mixed with bubo tuber pus makes a fine mustache paste. Yes, mustache paste. I find.
Are you feeling all right, sir? You don't seem yourself.
I'm not.
I assure you, I am quite healthy, Gaunt. If I need a medical diagnosis, I shall head to St. Mungo's.
I'm being possessed by
Something
the...
is very wrong with Professor Black. Dittany and Booba pus. Moustache paste.
I don't even know what is happening.
I haven't time for any of...
Oh. I'm far into the character, I would say. I enjoy this.